Big wave surfer Chris Bertish is joining me in studio. Chris, it's very nice to see you again.
Thank you very much. Always nice to be back. I didn't think it was going to be so soon, so always
yes,
happy to be here.
I'm very excited. We have a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things have happened since the last time we've chatted.
True.
You've won the Nightjar People's Choice Adventurer of the Year award.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't say that in the intro, so I had to change it.
No, don't worry. That's why I tweeted instead, because it's a lot easier than saying it in full. So.
What does it feel like to be the Adventurer of the Year?
Sure, it's been pretty exciting. It's been something I've been sort of working towards. Actually, last year I got the runner-up for the award, but I only found out about the voting the day after it closed. So I got all my friends to then go out and vote, but it was actually too late. And I missed winning by like 2 votes. So I was so bummed. So this year I really made an effort. So.
But that's actually pretty cool, because if your friends didn't vote for you, you know,
exactly.
People out there who aren't your friends really
true.
think that you deserve the award. So
Yes.
that's almost even better. So part of winning this award, you actually completed 3 world records in just under 5 months.
Correct, yes.
What? You make me feel like I don't do anything with my life.
No, not at all. I think it's just that I work for a living, you know, and do that on the side, which is pretty unique, I guess. But yeah, you know, if you set your mind to it, you can do anything. And at the end of the day, you know, we all work, and it's just a matter of trying to fit everything on the side. And no matter where you try and juggle it, there's always a little bit of space here and there to fit in cool stuff.
Well, tell me about these world records. Why don't you tell me each of the 3?
Yeah, the first 2 actually happened sort of in quick succession, which wasn't really planned that they were going to happen as quick as they did. I actually had a work trip going over to the United Kingdom for one of the new brands that I was taking on board for my business that I run here. Instead of a lot of people think I'm like sponsored and do this full time, but it's actually something I sort of squeeze in.
You're a hard worker.
It's tricky, like you know, you work hard, you play hard, and you know the time that you have on the side, you just got to make it really count. So I try and tie in some of the adventures that I do with work, so it sort of is a win-win both sides, you know. So I get a little bit of a kick on the side, and I had a big work meeting over there, and I ended up I was doing a talk over there, and I was going to do some work on the new brand, and I ended up tying in doing the first ever official source to sea of the River Thames by running 21 Ks, then stand-up paddleboarding 243 Ks, and then then cycling 46 Ks to the Thames barrier. So right from before there's water to right where it enters into the sea. And but the objective was to try and do it without sleeping at all over like 4 days. So.
Well, that's just crazy.
Well, I only had a limited amount of time over there, so I had to try and fit it all in. I worked out if I slept like normal hours in between, then I'd run out of time to be able to do my other adventure and then get on a plane and go back home.
So you didn't sleep for 4 days, pretty much?
I tried not to do that, but ended up, you know, your body's actually like a computer. It needs to actually shut down and reboot. No matter if it's like 50 minutes or like 2 hours, it doesn't matter. It has to shut down. Otherwise, you start going completely loopy. I
can imagine.
And I know that because it happened.
I've been on the borderline of loopy before.
Okay, well, I'm normally on the borderline of loopy, so I know when it happens very quickly. You know? And so I'd literally get like 45 minutes sleep somewhere between like 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning when your body is just, you just start like getting hypothermic, you start losing your balance, you start hallucinating and seeing weird stuff, and that's when you know it's time to, and you feel like your muscles are like a cog, which is like slowly like seizing up. It's actually really interesting. So it's just interesting to learn about your body and what it does before it wants to stop.
Well, I hope I never get to that point. It doesn't sound fun. The third record we actually spoke about the last time you were here. It was just before you attempted it, and you obviously completed it. It was stand-up paddleboarding for how long?
It was the Guinness World Record, 12-hour non-stop world record, which was, we started just off Slankorp Lighthouse, about 2 k's out from Slankorp Lighthouse, which is in Kommetjie. And then we went literally open ocean, like 30 to 40 k's out in the middle of nowhere, no cell phone reception, no VHF reception because you're too far from land. 130 k's, pretty much to past Saldanha.
Now, when you're doing this, do you think, geez, what if something happens? Who am I can't call anyone.
Well, we do have a support boat because for Guinness World Records, you have to have the whole thing filmed and documented and stopwatches. And, you know, we had, like, thank goodness I'm like one of those guys that's like completely specific about the kind of preparation and logistics that I have, because I had like 3 backups of everything. So we had like, I used my Sunta GPS watch, which was the only one of all the GPS equipment that actually survived. and we had like 3 different GPS equipment. The other 2 failed, ran out of battery. The stopwatch, international stopwatches, all went from 0 to 10 hours, and at 10 hours, the 2 of them stopped.
Yeah.
One of them went to 0 and then started again, and then only my Sunta actually had the capacity to be able to continue on past 10 hours without zeroing itself, which is quite spectacular, because most people think that, obviously it's just going to carry on going up to 24 hours, but who would know
that it's going
to stop? Like, and these are the things you're meant to be using to submit for a Guinness record, and if it isn't correct, then it's null and void, and they'll go, okay, well then do it again. And there's no way I want to do it again. Like, you do it again, it's not going to be me. So.
Well, thank God for your watch.
I think a lot of planning and preparation that goes into these kind of things that people just don't realize, like how much goes into it. It's like 80% preparation, planning, training, and then 20% is actually just doing it.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people think you just jump out there
on
your
jump out there,
board and you're like, ooh, loving life.
This is so fun. There's some whales, dolphins. No, it's not really like that.
Yeah.
But we did see some amazing stuff along the way. It was one of those unique days, beautiful full moon, starting like 7 in the morning, and then all the way through dolphins, whales, penguins.
That's beautiful.
Didn't see any sharks, but maybe next time.
That would be a little scary.
Yeah, and then we did, that the other part of that Project Code Red, which is the Source to Sea, ended up being a day longer than planned, because I had to go through 42 locks, which I had to carry my stuff through all the way through everyone, through the night and everything else. And then I ended up running out of time and didn't realize that I was meant to be doing the channel crossing the following morning. So I literally went for 4 days, and then literally got off my bike, then realized that I was longer than I was meant to be, so my support guy had actually gone home because he had to go back for a wedding, and I ended up having to then cycle back to my car, which was another 40K.
Because your support guy went to the wedding. Oh my gosh.
And then the worst part was that I had taken like a day longer, so by the time I got to my car, I got a reminder on my phone saying preparation for the channel crossing in 8 hours, and I was like, what? So then I actually took my bike, put it in the car, put Dover into the GPS, got in my car, drove straight to Dover, got there at 12:30 that night, prepped until 2:30 in the morning, all my equipment and stuff, slept for 3 hours, and then did the channel crossing. So
you truly are the adventurer of the year. You're well deserving of that award.
But the best part about that whole story is that 2 days before I was just about to leave, my knee started getting really sore. So I went to sports science and what have you, and they said I must get x-rayed, and found out that the wires that I had in my knee had actually broken. And they were sticking into my knee. So every time when I was running or doing anything else, I'd have the wires, like you could see them like sticking into the muscle.
Oh my gosh.
Which was quite rad. So it was not just like the adventure side. There was a lot more going on behind it that made it a little bit more difficult than people imagine.
Yeah, I like that you explained it as rad. I would explain it as painful.
Oh,
terrible.
I think it's a good test of yourself and your spirit to overcome obstacles and succeed, because you've got to be flexible to change and flexible to the obstacles that come your way, and realize that if you really set your mind to it, you can achieve it. It's just about keeping strong, keeping focused.
Staying on the path.
Staying on the path, you see? You should be a motivational speaker or something.
Yeah. Maybe I can come in and assist you sometime.
I like that. I won't say no.
Yeah, okay.